What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to Space Busters, the series where we do all kinds of crazy things in space engineers to see if it's possible or not. This is going to kind of be a little bit of a wacky episode because we're going to be testing the speed of pistons and rotors. So how fast can you go in a piston and how fast can you go in a rotor? These are two things that are very interesting because pistons and rotors are most notable for, destroying the game. So I want to see how fast we can go without destroying the game. Or maybe destroying the game. Partially destroying the game. And of course, you might be wondering what this weird long track thing is in front of me. At the end of this video, I want to see if we can beat the player from one side to the other using pistons and rotors instead of running. We have a speed limit set. So the current speed limit is I think it's 110. So we're going to see if we can beat the player all the way across using pistons or rotors to gain speed. Okay, so for starters, I want to see how fast we can make ourselves go with rotors. Now, rotors just basically turn you around. And if we have just one rotor and a seat around in circles. So let's go over here. We'll go to rotor, and we're going to turn it on to its max speed and see how fast that brings us up to. That's not that bad, but we can make it faster. There are a couple of concepts in physics that you need to understand to understand how you can make a rotor faster. For starters, the way the rotor works is it twirls anything that's on top of it at the speed that it's supposed to be twirling. So if we were, I don't know if twirl's the right word there, but if we were to add another rotor on top, this one would turn this rotor at its speed, and then this one would turn whatever it's on at its speed. So essentially we can just add up the speeds of these two and we'd be going at whatever speed that is. The best way to show this is with 3 rotors. So we have 3 rotors, each with a little grid attached to them. So if we turn all of these on, what do you think is going to happen? Well, probably what I just told you was going to happen, right? Okay, so you can see rotor number 1 is turning at a normal rotor rate. Rotor number 2 is turning double the speed of that one. And rotor number 3 is turning at double the speed of, well, at 3 times the speed of this one, just because it's all the way up here. So it's got the speed of this rotor right here, plus the speed of this rotor, plus the speed of that rotor. So that's one of the concepts you need to understand before we move any further. The second concept that's important to understand when it comes to making rotors go as fast as possible is the concept of rotational speed. I'm actually not entirely sure what this is called, but it's the idea that the inner part of a circle moves much slower than the outer part of a circle. So with a setup like this, even though the whole arm right here has the same rotational speed from the rotor, it's actually going to be moving much faster on the outside than it is on the inside. A good way to see this is with a seat on the inside and a seat on the outside. So we can sit on the inside, press K, and bump the rotor all the way up to its max speed here. And you can see that we're turning at about a rotor speed. This is what we saw earlier. But then if we hop out and move to our other seat and do the same thing, you'll see that now we're moving much, much faster, even though we're on the same block as before. It's just that we're on the outer side of it. So the longer I make this arm here, the faster we can go. The reason I wanted to explain these two concepts to you before we move any further is because we can actually use both of those to make ourselves go insanely fast using rotors. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a bunch of rotors because we want to bump up that speed, the rotational speed. And this is how you do it with multiple rotors. That's probably fine for what we're going to start with. And then we're going to add a nice long arm. And the reason we're adding the arm is so... Oh, okay, we're going to need to share inertia tensors with these. There's a setting in this where you grab all the rotors and you share inertia tensor, and that just makes it so they don't like swing everywhere. So yeah, the longer the arm we make, the faster we're going to be going. So if I make an arm that's about this long right here and stick a seat on it, we should be going insanely fast. Let's try this out. Okay, all the rotors, and here we go. This is going to be interesting. Max speed. We're not immediately going super fast, but it looks like we are picking up speed. You can see in the bottom left, our meters per second is actually going up there. So I guess I don't know, maybe it's having trouble getting us up to speed. But this will be an interesting test. Can we get past that maximum speed that we do have set? By the way, I guess I didn't warn you already, but this episode could be a bit dizzying. So be warned. Okay, it seems like the rotors are having a lot of trouble picking up speed. It could be because part of it's unbalanced. Let's try and fix that. So the best way to fix unbalanced rotors is by adding another side to it. So another another weight to the other side, so it's not as unbalanced. And you can see even with that small fix, we're still not going very fast. So it might be something to do with we have too many rotors and it doesn't know what to do. So let's cut off a couple of rotors and see if that helps us out. Okay, let's stick with 4 rotors and maybe just a small little arm and see how that plays. There we go. You can see we're picking up speed much, much faster here. Oh, we're already going very fast, actually. Jeez. All right, well, let's see if we can beat the speed limit on this map. Still having trouble getting past 66. Huh. Okay, it seems like rotors are not a fan of really long rod things, but they're totally fine with having multiple rotors like this and a kind of a smaller rod at the top. So let's hop in this one and check this one out, see if we can beat our max speed. So far, our max speed is 66 meters per second. Let's see if we can get any faster than that. Torque all the way up, velocity all the way up, and let's go. Oh, we're going faster. Big time. 90. Can we get to 100? Maybe. 96. We're definitely going fast here. I wonder if I share the inertia tensor, if we'll go any better. Let's try it. Let's go to our rotors and hit that little button, share inertia tensor, and see if that fixes things or makes them worse. It actually looks to have made them worse. And then immediately unsharing the inertia tensor, we're going back up. We got 94, I saw, 95, 96. Can we get to 97? That'd be nice. A new top speed, perhaps? I mean, this is already a top speed. I think 96 might be the most that we can go. Do you guys see 97s popping up there? I don't see it. I don't think so. Okay, no 97. Let's see if we can edit this a little bit more. Let's extend the rod. By the way, don't worry about that. That was another project. Let's extend the rod just a little bit, almost doubling it even, and then see if that makes us go any faster. Now, once again, the game doesn't really like longer kind of top rod things, so well, there's probably like a sweet spot that we can get to. All right, let's velocity up. Let's see it go. All right, we're quickly going past 70, going past 80, going past 90 even. Can we get to 100? We go to 100, 102, 3, 4, 5. Come on, can we get over our speed limit? We are currently over our speed limit at 111 meters per second. Very, very dizzying though. 111 is consistently over our speed limit. So that's, wow. I wasn't sure that this would be possible to go over our speed limit consistently. Let's add more rotors and see what happens actually. I want to see, because I think adding more to the rod won't do much. You see how it's bending down? I don't want it to hit the ground. But I think if we add a couple more rotors, we might be able to bump that speed up even higher. Here's 100. Let's see if we'll beat our limit. We're getting close already. You see how we're bending down so much from the added rotors? That's what I'm afraid of. All right, we're at 111. Can we get to 112? So we're past our record there. 13 even. 14. Let's see, 120. That's what I was betting on. It's still going up. It's kind of hovering now. It's at 115. Maybe even 116. It looks like the increase of length for the rod has actually slowed us down a little bit. We're now having trouble breaking 110. So maybe if we decrease the length of the rod, maybe it'll go faster even. Wow, we're accelerating quickly, but I'm guessing we're going to hit a peak speed at some point. We're brushing right past 100 like it's nothing. 110, there it goes, and now it's gone. This is faster, so the smaller rod is much better for this amount of rotors. 120, we're even past that. I think we're probably gonna come out around 125 is gonna be our peak. Okay, our acceleration is definitely way up there, but once again, I think we're gonna hit a peak at some point, and we're not gonna be able to go any faster than it. But look, we're just brushing right past 118, 119, 120 even. Yeah, we're just shooting right past those. So it looks like, well, I actually don't think we're kind of starting to have trouble around 124 area, 124, 125. So maybe one block added to this will be better. Holy crap! Okay, it looks like we're going fast, but we're not actually going that fast. It's just, we're very close to the center. Okay, never mind. We are going fast. Look at our speed. Holy crap! We're at like 180, 170, 80, 90, something like that. Holy crap. Oh my god, that's what that looks like. Okay, so it looks like with ridiculous contraptions like this one right here, where everything is just going wild, you can reach speeds of at least 200 miles per hour, or 200 meters per second, where the max speed should be 110 meters per second. I wonder what happens if we add even more rotors. Can we go exponentially faster? Now, at some point, if I add enough, it's going to start tilting towards the ground, and that's not a good thing. But I want to see about this, and add 2 blocks of space. Here we go. I'm not even sitting in it because I don't want to give you guys crazy epilepsy, but yeah, this is what that looks like. Maybe we'll hop in it once it's at max speed, and we'll see if we can see how fast it's going. Okay, that's gonna be really difficult actually. Holy crap! I'll need to like get hit by it somehow. How fast do you think he's going right now? Okay, I think we figured out we can go well over 200 meters per second in this thing, given the right amount of rotors and the optimal length rod at the top. And it looks like the optimal length rod is only 2 or 3 blocks, whereas before I thought like 5 or 6 would go faster, or even like 10 to 20. But instead it looks like the rotors don't work very well with 10 to 20 rod length. They can only do it when it's like 2. Okay, so we'll move back to this a little bit later, but let's go on to rotors. I want to see how fast we can go with rotors. Look at that thing. That's still turning. Okay, with rotors, I wasn't really sure if it would go faster, but with pistons, I'm pretty sure we can make this go really fast. The same concepts apply, by the way. Stacking pistons together will make you go faster. However, the only concept that doesn't apply is the rod isn't really a factor here, since we're not dealing with rotational speed. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pistons to see how... Well, let's start with 1 piston, actually. I want to see what the base speed of a piston is at max. So we'll press K. We'll go to... Oh, God. I think it's this one, maybe? I hope it's this one. Okay, we'll go to that piston right there. Then we're going to go to velocity max and... Oops, that's not even max. Okay, I didn't even see it. Okay, here we go. Here's the speed of a normal piston. This is max speed. 0.09, I think it is, maybe. It's not very fast. But, of course, we can stack pistons together to make them a little bit faster. Well, by a little bit, I mean a lot. We have a great view of the still twirling thing. Okay, here we go. All pistons going at once. 3, 2, 1, here we go. 19, 20, roughly 20 meters per second. So that's not as fast as I thought it would be. All right, let's add more pistons. All right, here we go. About roughly 17 to 20 pistons. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 50, is that 40? That's 40 to 50 it looked like. Maybe 50 to 60. That's really hard to see what it is. I can keep bumping it up like this. I see 60 in there. Let's say 60. Let's add more pistons. All right, are you ready for... I don't even know how many pistons this are. How many pistons is that? Are you ready for a crap load of pistons? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Extend. I'm seeing at least 120. What do you guys see? At least 120, 130 even. Do you see that? 140 maybe? Maybe I'm crazy. But I'm seeing 120 to 130 with this one. So, more pistons. All right, here we go. I don't know how many pistons this is again, but it's a lot of pistons. So, let's try it out. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 200. I'm seeing 200. That's fast. It doesn't look very fast because this, but like, look. Oops, reverse. Look how fast we're contracting down. Oh no! Everything just fell apart. Oh my God. Okay, so it looks like they don't like contracting very much. That's what happened to that stuff as well. Okay, well, at least now we know how we can make our stuff faster. So we can make our rotors faster, and we can make our pistons faster than our default speed. So the final test I want to do today is to see if we can go across this gap, which is about 3 kilometers, by the way. It's really far. I've got little red marks every 100 kilometers, every 100 meters, rather. I want to see if we can get across this gap faster than we can flying using these rotors and pistons. So you might think the answer is yes, obviously, because we've already tested we can go faster with these things. But this is a whole different ball game. If we can manage to do this, that means we can control these and use their increases in speed for our own benefits, which is pretty crazy. All right, so first let's calculate how long it takes or how fast we can get to the other end of that using a timer, which I have on my phone. Okay, we're going to stop from 0 speed because we're going to be doing the same with these, starting from 0 speed. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, timer started. And let's see, we're going to quickly max out our speed, and we're not going to be able to go any faster. And that's where those 2 machines over there could potentially make us go a little bit faster to the other side. Oh, big lightning outside. There's a huge storm going on right now. You might have heard that. I don't know. It's big rumbling. So if you got really good bassy headphones, maybe you heard it. All right, nearing the other end. And here we are. Holy crap, that was almost exactly 30 seconds. It was 29.63 seconds. Jeez. Okay, can we beat 29.63 seconds to get to the other end with our 2 machines? Okay, so first we're going to construct our rotor machine, which is going to look something like that. And what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to spin ourselves at the super fast speed, and then at the optimal time, we're going to release and see if we can send ourselves flying across the gap. So this is going to be really interesting in that I don't know if it'll work. There we go. Okay, I thought I crashed the game. Okay, velocity is successfully reversed, and we're going to wait for it. We're on spectator cam, by the way. Our player's actually in there doing this. But I think it's better to look at it like this. So we're going to wait for our person to be in a good zone. So we're going to be waiting for this thing to be spinning around. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and time it so that we launch ourselves across the gap. Now, I don't think we'll be able to do it very well, but it's an idea. All right, there we go. We cut off one block from the rod up top, and we're getting a little bit of spin now, which is exactly what we wanted. Also, a little bit of lag, but I guess that makes sense. Look at our speed. Good Lord. And the thunder outside. But yeah, our speed's freaking out. Once we get to a nice speed, though, we're gonna cut the bottom of this, I think, with our spectator cam and see if we can launch our player all the way across. Now, the reason I'm using the spectator cam to cut the bottom is because if I tried to cut it like this, I have no way of knowing where we're aiming. So yeah, that's not possible. All right, you guys ready for this? What we're going to do is we're going to detach one of these rotors. That's the easiest way I think we can do this. Once we're aiming the right way, and there, that's good. Oh my God. That didn't go anywhere that I thought it would. All right, here we go. Take two. We got some decent speed going on with our rotor here. We're going to try and grab the last rotor, which I think is this one. I really have no idea, though, which one is the last rotor. But we're going to grab this one, and we're going to disconnect at the optimal time. So are you ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is it working? I can't even see what's going on. Oh, we made it like nowhere, but we made it farther, I think, than the other one. Okay, so in one last attempt to glitch out the game so much with rotors that we managed to get to the other side in record time, we're going to create a super rotor thing all the way over here. We're going to share their inertia tensors as well. Rotors, all of them, share. And then we're going to do something absolutely crazy. We're going to make ourselves a launch pad. However, this particular launch pad is going to completely destroy everything. Watch this. If I remove one piece, notice how everything freaks out. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick ourselves right about here. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Nope, I'm not. Look at the rotors. Oh, my God, they're flipping out. Okay, we're going to... Nope. Okay, I would like to get on that, please. Me. Please, me. Please. Yes. Get on. Yep. Okay, now we're on it. I'd like to somehow, if I destroy one of these pieces, actually no, we gotta be on this side. If I destroy one of these pieces, this thing's gonna flip out. Oh, oh, holy crap! I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to destroy that. The whole thing flipped out. Well, there goes our bridge. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. My seat will be right there. That is where I shall sit. This will continue out this way pretty far to cause some annoying stuff for the rotors. Some annoying blocks that if I destroy, bad things will happen. So here we go. Now, for some reason, I'm not able to actually destroy blocks in creative or in spectate mode while I'm in a seat. So I'm just going to stick a rocket launcher right there, and we're going to pretty much fire it so that it does stuff. Oh, actually, I just destroyed a block and nothing happened. What the heck? Why are these ones fine? What if I try to move it? Maybe that's what causes the issue. Let me stick my rocket launcher here just in case. Shoot once. Okay. Let's try and move these rotors and see if that's why everything flies out of whack. What turned that off to, maybe? I don't know. Try and move, guys. Okay. Boom. Boom. Ah, this could be... Oh, wait. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, it's flipping out. That's good. I think what we're going to do is we're going to bump up the velocity here. Quickly get out and then shoot. No, it didn't work. Oh no! The tower's coming down! That's a rip. Or maybe it'll stay up, actually. I don't know. It's a pretty tall tower. Couldn't fall, right? So we accidentally destroyed one of those, and it pretty much, yeah. Okay, guys, I don't think the rotor's going to work, actually. Surprise, surprise. For some reason, it's just, I don't know. I mean, we can try it here. You know what? Actually, one more thing. I have an idea. Oh, here we are. Wow. Okay, here we go. We have, like, no speed. However, if we jump out, never mind. Okay, what if we do, we'll press K. Here's what we'll do. Oh, this is going to be great. We're going to press K, and we're going to randomly detach one of these. 3, 2, 1. Detach. Okay, that didn't work as much as I thought it would. Okay, so rotors clearly didn't work. We couldn't even get to the other side. That should be the new challenge, is can we get to the other side? We got to try now with pistons. And how many pistons are we going to need? I don't know, a lot. Please don't break. Oh my god, it's so close to hitting that right there. All right, we're going to have to wait for it to stop freaking out here. Look how long this line of pistons is. I don't know how many there are. There's a bunch, though. Actually, I don't know how long the line is either. If I can make the line 1 kilometer, it'll get us all the way to the end because it extends about 3 times its size. So yeah, if I can make it around 1 kilometer, it'll get there. I don't know. I don't think this is 1 kilometer, but it might be. Otherwise, what I could do is I could go most of the way and then jump out. And if we beat the time, we beat the time. It'll be awesome. All right, unfortunately, it looks like this will only get us about halfway through. But if we can get about halfway, going much, much faster than the walking, we should still be able to beat our time using this. All right, are you ready for our piston attempt? We got to go 3 kilometers in less than 30 seconds somehow. Now this, unfortunately, we weren't able to make this longer, as I'm afraid it'll destroy everything. However, the length that this is should bring us about at least 1 kilometer in. So if we can manage to go 1 kilometer faster than the original dude, then we'll be all set. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here we go. And we're almost at 1 kilometer. Jump out. Ah, come on. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. If we can manage to make it there before 30 seconds, we're only at 10 seconds now. I think we can do this. I think that gave us enough speed to get all the way over there. It's 20 seconds almost, and we're almost there. Are we going to beat our time? That is the question. And here we are, 26.77 seconds. So we were able to beat our time, which means that that thing can be used to actually get you somewhere with purpose. I want to try to make it here with only pistons, though. Oh my god. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. How close is that coming to... What the heck is that? Oh, please don't slam onto this. That would be really, really good aim and bad luck if that slams onto that. All right, we're almost where we want it. Only about 300 more meters to go, and this thing is like already almost 1 kilometer long. It must be 1 kilometer long at least. Okay, but things are getting a bit wacky, but what I'm using are some of the admin tools to make everything not break, essentially. So we go in here, we type in piston, we grab our pistons, and we share inertia tensors, but it's going to completely screw everything up. So we spam stop all entities, essentially, and that kind of slows it down and brings it to a nice, restful state of goodness. Look at that. We're almost there. 200 kilometers to go. 200 meters to go. It's a lot of pistons. All right, there we go. We've got now a thing that's like 1 mile long. Seriously. Well, not 1 mile, at least half a mile. We're going to put our thing right there. Let's go and check out how long this is. And we can see by the start number all the way at the bottom how long this one is. We're just nearing 500 meters. That's half a kilometer. And here's a full kilometer there. This is 1.3 kilometers away from the start, which means it should very easily reach the end in hopefully record time. We'll see how this plays out. And hopefully it works better than the rotors did, although we already know it will. All right, we've got our timer out. We've got our seat set up. Now what we need to do is we need to put them all in a group. So piston. We're just going to grab all of them. That's how many there are. There are a bunch of these. They're all different colors, but there's so many of them that they look white when I scroll through them all. That's how many there are. We're going to call this P, save. We're going to toggle all of the blocks off. We're going to bump up their velocity to the max. Press G, and then when we press this button right here, it's going to turn them on. And if we press this button, it's going to reverse them. Now, reversing them is obviously going to murder everything. So let's see how this works. 3, 2, 1, save first. Obviously. Okay, saved. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Timer started, and we're flipping. We're going real fast. We're going 200 meters per second. I might need to jump out. I think it's long enough, but I might need to jump out at the last. Yeah, we do. Come on, dampeners. Dang it, dampeners. Why? The dampeners are so whack in this. Okay. We're probably not going to beat our last time just because of the dampeners. And there we go. 25.81. Let's try one more time. All right, here we are back at the start, and we're about to go. This is going to be fun. Okay, same thing, except this time we jump out a little bit early so we don't get the dampeners sending us all the way back. That's one of the new features, by the way, the dampeners matching the ship. That's why it was like sending me backwards in this really super fast speed, because the thing was retracting backwards. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Timer started. We're up to 200 meters per second, which is really good. Okay, so we're going to have to jump out right at the last second, which is over here. Okay, we jumped out a little early. We probably could have gone a little bit further, but it's fine. I'm going to like my new time, hopefully. And stop. We did 19 seconds. That's a little bit better. 19 seconds is not that bad. I think probably we could get it down to 15 seconds if we jumped at the exact optimal time, but I'm perfectly fine with 19 seconds. That means we did it in roughly 66% of the time as the actual speed, which is pretty impressive. Also, look at this little, it's like one of those things you play on the streets, like, I don't know. What's that instrument? The thing that you use both hands and you push it in and it like contracts and it makes a sound. Alrighty, here we are at the end of the episode, and I think we figured out a couple of things that we can say for sure today. So the first thing that we figured out is you can go faster than the default speed. If your speed is set to 100, you can actually break that by using both rotors and pistons to go much faster. We saw that with each of them, even though the rotors were a little bit crazy. So how fast can you go with pistons? Well, it gets a little bit crazy once you get to around 200. If you get to around 200 meters per second, you're flipping out all over the place, so it's insane. Same with pistons, as you can go roughly 200 with a kind of, I mean, it's kind of stable at 200. I imagine you could go faster if you keep adding pistons, but it's going to be really tough to add that many pistons into your game. Finally, can you use these things to actually help you out in a real world? Well, sort of. You can't really use rotors. They're very difficult to use to make you go faster. It tends to break more times than it doesn't. As far as pistons go, though, you can actually set these up to make a bridge across a very big gap if you want to. You'll go much faster than the default speed that you have set, so you can use them pretty well. So yeah. I hope that answers everything you wanted to know about this episode. Please leave any more comments that you have down below. And for the finale of this episode, we're going to hit the reverse button and see what happens. I imagine everything's going to break. Actually, first I want to turn the seat around so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, we're aiming back at the start. We're going to hit the reverse button and see what happens. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. We're reversing now, and will it explode? Perhaps. We'll see. It should be reversing at maximum speed. And wait, I thought we had stuff back at this base. Did it all die? Also, I'm kind of impressed nothing exploded just now. Hang on. Yeah, it was at the maximum velocity and nothing exploded. That's actually pretty impressive. Okay, well, I thought it'd be a much more explosive thing, but now it's just, yeah, just one of those things you see on the streets. I still can't think of the name. But anyways, if you guys liked that episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down in the comments section below, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Busters.